Hi guys, welcome to a new video. I have got the windows open and the birds are chirping away. It's quite peaceful actually. I'm just, if you can see my study, my little study area there. So we are just doing a little bit of studying and a question came to me. I thought I would try and answer it. I kind of have my setup now with my two lights and my tripod directly where it needs to be. And I've just come off I broke my 40-hour fast today. It was supposed to be around a 44-hour, but I broke it. I think I was like 5 hours early, so I did like 39 hours. And I guess this video is entitled, "Why Do I Fast?" So I guess I could bore you with a load of scientific evidence, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to give you some general why I fast and why I think it's important. So yes, obviously I can't take away the fact that all of the benefits from fasting are going to be scientific, but I want to try and give you them in like layman's terms and kind of easy to understandable terms. And then if this interests you, obviously you can go more into it, but it does get a bit technical when you start talking about mTOR and talking about scientific markers and biological markers that do affect us on a deep level. I'm just going to give you some basic, I guess, benefits of why I do it and the reasons for intermittent fasting and prolonged fasting. So I guess to start with, it would be blood sugar level control. So controlling your blood sugar levels. Okay, so your blood sugar levels are kind of dictated by your insulin response, but it's like an analogous relationship because the blood sugar levels are going to rise due to sugar intake. And once the blood sugar levels rise due to the sugar intake, your insulin will then obviously have to be secreted to break down the carbs, to break down the sugar into glucose so your body can use it. So it's like this antagonistic relationship between blood sugar and insulin, and then like a third party influence is obviously the person choosing to eat that sugar. This happens even if you have like a low glycemic food like an apple or banana. You're still going to have an insulin response when you eat any kind of carbs, if that be pizza, ice cream, or even a banana, for example. So, but the main point of the fasting is the blood sugar and insulin sensitivity, keeping that low. Obviously, when you're fasting, you're not consuming any food. So when you are not consuming any food, your body's at this nice rest state. It's not having to, like I say, it's not having to digest any food, so the blood sugar levels are stable. The best way of understanding this is every time you eat, your body is going to produce some kind of metabolic energy effect. So something's going to happen in the body when you digest food. Your body can't just use that straight away. It has to digest it. It has to go through your digestive system and the process of digestion. So when you're fasting, blood sugar levels are stable. Therefore, insulin is stable. Like there's an antagonistic or a synonymous relationship between those two. The insulin and the blood sugar levels obviously work together as one, helping each other out. So, and then I guess my number two reason would be, now this is going to sound contradictory because new studies are coming out and have come out saying that it might not be remotely affected by fasting, but we have autophagy, which is basically the recycling of old cells. So when you are fasting, it has been said in some scientific papers, when you are fasting, your body goes through a process of autophagy where basically your body eats old cells and basically better cells. So you can think of Darwin, you could think of, survival of the fittest. The good cells are going to remain and become stronger by eating the old cells. This has been stated and proven in some scientific papers, but now this is the thing with science, it's always changing, ever changing, so you've got to look at it, respectively. There are new studies coming out now saying it's maybe it might not be fasting that's actually causing the autophagy, but hey, I think autophagy does have a play in fasting, or should I say, I think fasting does have a play in autophagy. Cell rejuvenation, we have basically eating the old cells and, new cells becoming better and stronger. So there's that aspect as well. But I'm not going to talk about too much on autophagy, just purely because there is new science coming out, and some people are saying it's not fasting and some people are saying it is fasting. So I'm just going to keep at like a neutral level and kind of be like, I'm not too sure yet, I'm waiting for new evidence. However, I still think it's a good thing to do. The next reason is going to be, and this is a personal one, this is more, I just think it's good to be, so discipline and respect and self-reliance and all those buzzwords that I use, I think they play a large role in it. As Jocko Willink says, discipline equals freedom. So how disciplined can you be as an individual? And diet might seem like a small, minute part of the whole package, but I really feel that nutrition is plays such a large role on how successful or how well your life's going to be. I can't tell you how many times on a daily basis I see overweight people, and it's sad because it's like it doesn't have to be that way. Everyone in the world can maintain a healthy weight. What's the ultimate factor that's not allowing that person to be at a healthy weight? I guess it's discipline. I guess it's, well, we know why they're not at their maintenance weight or at their healthy maintenance weight. It's because it's an excess food. It's excess calories coming into the body, of which the body can't use. The body has enough fuel. The same way as if you try to put fuel in the car and you try to overfill the car, the petrol or the diesel would start coming out. Actually, it wouldn't, because the nozzle has a reactant on there to stop it. But for example, if it didn't, the fuel would end up coming out of the car and it would go all the way down your car paint and all the way on the floor, because it has too much in the car. It's an excess, which is what's happening to the body. Think of all that fuel coming out of the car because it already has enough fuel in. These are excess calories on one's body that can't be used. Therefore, it just goes out onto the body and that becomes fat. So one is discipline. One is, you're not going to eat for 24 hours or 48 hours or 72 hours just to see if we can do it. How disciplined are we? Plus, you are going to get the ketone production in the body when your body's low on carbs. Your body's going to start producing ketones within the body. These ketones are small energy sources. When you are low on carbs, therefore when you have been fasting for a couple of days, 2 to 3 days, and you maybe done some high activity in the gym, strength training, you are going to get a ketone production within the body, and this is going to be really good for your brain. It's going to help promote BDNF, brain-derived neurofactor, which is going to be really good for the growth of new neurons within the brain. So you're going to get this surge of energy from not fasting. So you're building discipline, you're building self-reliance. Another thing that gets understated, this is probably why most people do it. I haven't really been doing it for this main reason, but you lose weight. Because if your BMR, your basal metabolic rate, is let's say 1900 calories, basically the amount of calories you burn a day just by hand gestures, keeping your organs moving, your brain working, your blood pumping, and then mixed in with an activity level, going to the gym, walking around town, your total daily energy expenditure, your TDEE, is going to be it's going to be negative, because let's say you don't eat for a whole day or even 2 days, you're going to be losing weight. So your body's going to have some kind of energy. Where is it going to get the energy from? It's going to get the energy from your excess fuel on your body. So your body is going to start partitioning fat out of your body and use that as energy. If you didn't have food for 10 days, you wouldn't die. You would just your body would start eating the fat inside its body. So you would lose a hell of a lot of weight. If you think you could lose 0.8 to 0.9 pounds a day if you had excess fuel on your body, 1 pound of fat is roughly 3,500 calories. So people can lose a lot of weight by fasting. That's why a lot of people use fasting. I use it more as like a spiritual practice. How can I do this? And sometimes I can't. Sometimes I cannot go 24 hours. Sometimes I can go 40 hours. Sometimes I have to break the fast early, and it is what it is, and I get a little bit disappointed about it, but each time I get stronger and stronger. So for me, it's more of a discipline thing. I also want the autophagy benefits. If they come from the fasting, I definitely want to get those benefits. I definitely want the cell rejuvenation. I definitely want the longevity benefits. You know, people in these blue zones, people who have been lived till 100 years old and barely any heart disease or any diseases that we get in this modern society, these people were studied, and the thing they found out most is the people that actually consume less calories than their maintenance, or less calories than extra calories, they actually live longer. Meaning, if you averaged it out, people who fast 1 day a week live a lot longer than those people who actually overeat each day, having excess calories on their body. So as an interesting observation, you consume less calories throughout your lifetime in moderation, or relative to how many calories you burn. So it's not like you don't eat any calories, you just try and say if you fast 1 day a week, you know, that's a whole day of food, and if you divide that by the amount of the days in the week, you're actually under your calories each day. So you're eating less calories than your body needs, and you are living longer. So they're going to be some of my reasons for fasting, and this is coming from a 22-year-old. So this is, you got to take this into perspective. There's going to be some people fasting for different reasons. If I was 30 pounds overweight, then I would probably be fasting for slightly different reasons. Maybe it'd be solely dependent on maybe the weight loss. Like, so for me, for example, I guess I'm trying to lose weight, but I guess I'm trying to build muscle as well. So interestingly enough, actually linked to that, fasting also has a muscle sparing effect. So a lot of people think, oh, you're going to lose muscle when you're fasting, but there's actually been many studies found that fasting from 24 to 72 hours actually has a muscle sparing effect, meaning your body actually holds on to muscle, not loses muscle. So that's a very interesting point as well. But they're going to be some of my main reasons for fasting, like I say, coming from a 22-year-old who doesn't have that much weight to lose, but wants the benefits of fasting, the cognitive function, the ketone production, the cell rejuvenation, all the benefits that come with it. So the insulin sensitivity balance, etc., etc. So that's my perspective, and like I said, there's many other perspectives as well, which I respect. There's a guy on YouTube at the moment who's been fasting for 135 days. Obviously he's doing it for the weight loss. He's got a lot of weight to lose, but there are many other benefits to do with fasting. I guess I'm trying to say this because I'm trying to say you don't just have to do fasting for weight loss. There's many other benefits to do with fasting, and I guess I'm one of those examples, because a lot of people always assume that when I say I'm fasting, or if I put on my social media, they think I'm trying to lose weight. It's not predominantly for the weight loss. That's a part of it, but it's one part of many that is included or encapsulated into the whole fasting procedure. So thank you for watching, guys. That's going to be the end of the video. This is my exam week. My last exam is in a couple of days, so it has been a bit busy. I've not been able to do as much videos. I must be honest and say the past couple of videos I've done, I've not been 100% proud with. The production of the video, the quality, everything else, it's been a little bit rushed. So I'm gonna take, when I get 4 months off from June all the way to September or October. So I'm gonna take some time off. I'm gonna really dial down my whole production on YouTube and try and make it a lot more cleaner, and construct these videos more informatively, and overall just improve the channel. So thank you for watching, guys. If you've liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe to the channel, hit the subscribe button and the little bell notification on the right, and that'll update you basically when I upload any new videos. So thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you all in the next video.